Are you concerned a little? Nope, they won. The starts, their endings, winning. Riley Cece were on the winning team last night. The Tavares line is getting 2 points for the team that they're on, who won, by the way. So you're just gonna continue to try and enjoy my Thanksgiving while you be that relative. I am not being... We're related. Hi, kids. Victorious puppies. This team is ruining my life. Why do I watch hockey? Stress relief. We can, and we will. Victory puppies, boys! Happy Thanksgiving! Thanksgiving's supposed to come before Halloween because meals are supposed to come before dessert. Canada has it right and you're wrong! Charlie, you want to hear me talk about concerning tendencies with the team, or do you want me to talk about the guy who likes soup? High five for soup! Yeah! Victory puppies don't shave, but perhaps you do. Thanks to Dollar Shave Club for sponsoring this video. Yeah, that's how I told you. I try to shave before each and every one of my videos because, frankly, my beard is disgusting. Dollar Shave Club has you covered for all your grooming needs. That's oral care, shower, and most importantly, shaving. That's a razor, which comes in their shave starter set. This is what it looks like. Ooh. It's got the executive handle and blades, weighty handle and high-quality blades, and a 3-ounce tube of Dr. Carver's shave butter. Helps prevent ingrown hairs, razor bumps. Fans have enough to complain about. For a limited time, new members get their first month of the executive razor with a tube of their Dr. Carver shea butter for only $9. After that, the restock box ships regular sized products at regular price. Go to www.ca because Canada.dollarshaveclub/Steve Dangle. It's very long. I'll put it in a link down below. And when you click that link, you can get your own starter set for $9. Thank you to Dollar Shave Club for sponsoring this video. That $60 rhymer figure didn't pay for itself. Now that I've said all that, it feels like I've forgotten something. Oh yeah, Leafs win! 5-2 over the Detroit Red Wings. I've made a choice. Last night I did what all hockey fans do, and that is ignore my family completely on the Saturday night of a Thanksgiving weekend because there's hockey on, to be on Twitter and be mad at the same time. I'm not entirely certain there's another way to do Twitter. And after the first 5 minutes, gotta say, pretty mad. After the first period, despite the tie, not impressed. At all. What did I say last video? What did I say after getting killed 7-3 by Tampa on home ice? The Leafs, who... I don't care what the circumstances are. I don't care that they're on the road. Look at them on paper. Look at Detroit on paper. The Leafs should walk into that arena and rip their head out from the base of their spine, Mortal Kombat style. Already said that. Graphic. To watch them get scored on first and basically just hang on for 20 minutes was so concerning. And I tweeted this, and I meant it. I meant every word of it at the time, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. The Toronto Maple Leafs are never ever prepared. Until they fix that, they're cooked. Consistently unacceptable. Enough of your quote of the day, inspirational calendar quote nonsense. Start games when they start! Holy cow! In case you've ever been wondering how to read my tweets out loud. Also, happy Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Jacob Delarose scores on Frederik Andersen 3 minutes and 44 seconds into the game. It's his first goal of the season, Nemeth's first assist, Applicator's first assist. These guys have not been very good. And for the criticism Freddie has got because of really one bad game, there he is again in his usual spot. In the Leafs net, getting no help from his defense, like, this Danish is getting baked! Help! And just like Freddie's homeland of Denmark, it'd be nice if the defense could cope and help him. I thought about not including that, but I'm a little bit proud. But what I found interesting, despite the fact that the Leafs allowed a goal within the first 5 minutes, again, I want to say for the 4th time in 6 games, maybe I'm wrong, at least the 3rd, after the game, they were talking about their start was actually good, despite getting scored on. Jake Muzzin was sure to point that out. Part of me wonders, because it was Rasmus Sandin in front on that one, part of me wonders if they're protecting the kid. And at the end of the first period, everyone was like, oh my god, this team looks awful. And I'm like, what is wrong with this team? Their lack of preparedness. Oh my goodness, it's a Mike Babcock problem. It's gotta be their head coach. When you don't start your games on time, when you are not prepared, it's the coach. And then, Red Wings fans, you might want to join me on this one. Then I went, wait a sec, the coach. Oh boy, are we about to have a conversation about firing Babcock? No. That period, that first period, was a Mike Babcock punishment period. Trademark, TM, whatever. That was a Mike Babcock punishment period for the 7-3 game. Which he does from time to time when the team has earned it, and let's face it, last game they did, and you might as well do it against Detroit. You are gonna play nice and boring until you figure it out. How's that? Which he does from time to time. He usually waits for about December to do it, but after the 7-3 loss against Tampa, it was time for a boring period. And the Leafs still outshot the Red Wings by 4 in the first, left with a tie game, outshot them by 3 in the second, left leading, outshot them by 7 in the third, won the thing. I think what gave people anxiety after the first period is the Leafs should have been dominating the Red Wings, and they just weren't really. But when you look at the game, 4-2 with the 5-2 empty netter goal, they outshot them 41-27 on the road. The Leafs did dominate them. It maybe wasn't a shooting gallery, but they were the better team. It's just those moments where they lose their composure in front of the net, where they score a goal and feel great about themselves and completely take their foot off the pedal and get sniped on by Darren Helm, man. He had 17 points last season. Didn't that guy get a hat trick against the Leafs not that long ago? And you look at Detroit's roster up and down. Mantha, Bertuzzi, Larkin are great, and I've said this 1,000 times, Red Wings fans, you're doing the rebuild right. Your best players are young or in the minors. Mantha's not just having a ridiculous start, but it looks like he's taking a legitimate step. I'm gonna get away from myself, though. The Leafs! You see? I lost focus! And there are so many games where the Leafs do legitimately look like the better team, but they lose focus in those moments and lose the game because of it. The Tampa game sucked. That hurt. But the St. Louis game, that haunts me. Like, God forbid the Leafs are in some sort of race at the end of the season and they need those 2 points. Stuck with a team that good all night and you duffed it on one play. Well, they got robbed by the goalie. You're gonna get robbed by the goalie. Don't put yourself in a position where getting robbed by the goalie is what makes the difference. But I say all of that to say this. It's an 82-game season. And they won. Oh, I know. You're thinking ahead to the playoffs, and this team doesn't look Does any team look playoff ready right now? It is October 13th. You shouldn't even be worrying about this stuff by American Thanksgiving, let alone Canadian. I would say December at the earliest is when you start worrying about that stuff. I'd argue January. Then you start thinking about how your team stacks up. Then you start thinking about the trade deadline and, oh, maybe we should get this guy or that guy. You know, assess your needs and acquire them. But for now, dude, this fan base has had such a miserable... Shut up! I'm trying to have a sermon! This fan base has had such a miserable time for so long. Last season was awful. Last season was miserable. And people keep talking about how they're 500 since last December. I know! It felt worse! But between the Nylander saga and then everyone getting hurt and then them giving us damn hope against the Bruins and then this past summer with Marner and all that, the games finally start, they lose 3 straight and we crumble. So you know what? October, mid-October, if they win against a bad team, they won! For my health, I am choosing to view this as a win, which it was! For your own heart and head, I highly recommend you do the same. They won. They won! They won. You play to win the game. Hello? And you want playoff hockey? Here's what we got. You need a nice fourth line chef. Dmytro Timashov and Nick Shore fighting to get back into the lineup. They finally get their opportunity and they don't waste it less than half a period in. Timashov hard on the puck, dumps Cholowski. He didn't drive him into the boards, which if he did, it would have been a penalty and very dangerous, but he didn't. So he sets up Nick Shore, who knew he had those hands, roofs it past Jimmy Howard, his first goal as a Leaf, and the game is tied. And oh, we're getting bailed out by our fourth line. The fourth line are on the Leafs to enjoy things. Yeah, but the power play is over. Yeah, but we're about to go to the third period with a tie game against Detroit. And for a fan base that thinks the hockey gods just hate them so much, he went, you know what? Even I feel bad for you. Take it. In a play that usually involves Kasperi Kapanen at the other end of the ice, Kapanen in a corner in the defensive end just hucks it, just throws it. The team will often just huck the puck up the ice for Kasperi Kapanen because they know he's faster than everyone. Apparently, Mikheyev is that too. And he doesn't just have a step, that Russian machine is moving and Soup is coming in hot! F in the chat for Jimmy Howard, he tried, he really did. And Superman, Big Stick Mick, buries it! I don't care how stupid it was! All I care about is that the Leafs are winning. Shaiba Zabrossil, Ilya Mikheyev is second of the season. Third period. About halfway through the third period, Rasmus Sandin to Ilya Mikheyev, who just throws a shot on from the half boards, but he's not aiming to score. Trevor Moore, the new height doesn't measure heart representative in this city, in front just being a nuisance. Alexander Kerfoot, thank you, he just scores on the backhand. 3-1 Leafs. I understand your concerns about the Marner, Tavares, Kapanen line. I get it. And listen to me, listen. Shared. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, well, maybe put Trevor Moore where Kapanen is, or maybe put Mikheyev. Dude, that was the Leafs' best line in this game. Maybe the fourth, actually, but I think that was the best line. It had 2 of their goals. 3, actually, more with the empty net. I mean, Tavares was on the edge. Whatever. In 5-on-5 situations, the third line had 2 goals. And it's funny, we haven't seen a ton of this so far this season, but Nazem Kadri scored his first as a member of the Colorado Avalanche last night. And Avs fans were playfully going, how does that feel? And I'm like, the throw-in of that deal got a game winner tonight. Kerfoot has filled in for Nazem Kadri's big skates extremely admirably. Trevor Moore is on a sweetheart deal and just has an unending motor. And Ilya Mikheyev is way better than I think any of us, except for Mike Babcock, to be fair, ever thought he would be. Splitting that lineup seems unwise. Would I be interested to see Moore and Kapanen switch places? Sure. Maybe even Mikheyev, sure. But the Matthews line is fine. Don't touch it. The Tavares line? They should be able to figure it out for themselves, and I'm not even making it about money. Look at the points they put up last year. They gotta be able to figure this out. I saw someone make a good point, like Tavares has a young infant at home, and I know we talk about dad strength and all these heaters that new fathers go on. Man, it's not always the case. There was this little clip from the game of Kapanen and Marner looking at the iPad and talking. It looks somewhat distressed. This is from Tic Tac Omar, by the way, great account on Twitter. We can make every excuse in the world for why that line hasn't worked out right now. I'm confident it will, and I'm not sure screwing up what was the Leafs' best line last night, arguably, is the solution. And sure enough, that line was on the ice for the Darren Helm goal 24 seconds later. I think it might have been a miscommunication between Marner and Sandin because Darren Helm was just abandoned alone in front. But again, I know what happened, so I'm choosing to be happy about it. Movies make it seem like adulthood is identifying your problems and fighting them face to face. While really adulthood is just denying and blocking out your problems and pretending to be happy while the darkness consumes you from within. And on that note, Lightyear to the rescue! Still don't regret this purchase! Jake Muzzin with a ridiculous give and go with Dmytro Timashov. Amazing pass from Dmytro Timashov. 2 assists in this game. Jake Muzzin with his first of the season, and he loves it! It's a 4-2 Leafs lead. And to their credit, imperfect game though it was, I never really felt like Detroit was going to get back in this one. I didn't really feel threatened. There was one pretty good chance, but I thought the Leafs had. Trevor Moore scores the empty netter. There was still more than 2 minutes to go. It was a shot from the wrong side of the center ice line, but buries it. I'm not concerned. Leafs win, as they should have. Hooray. Questions? No question. However, you must mention that Joseph Woll became the first rookie goaltender in Toronto Marlies franchise history to record a shutout on debut. 23 saves. A nice start for the young man as he begins his professional journey. Yeah, man, I know the Leafs backup situation isn't the most awesome, but I have really high hopes for Joseph Woll. Do you warm up your voice before yelling, or is it always ready like the calloused hands of a powerlifter? First of all, to Flinter, congrats on getting your tweet liked by Austin Matthews, by the way. That's wild. I actually feel like my voice is stronger, and I feel like I can do more things with it than I could do a few years ago. I hope I don't need, like, surgery down the line from screaming so much! I should talk to Rody Walker from Protest the Hero about that. By the way, that is me name dropping right there. He watches. He came to the Oshawa book signing without identifying himself. How dare you, Rody? But if any of you are looking to make your voice stronger, or you have a sore throat, or you're losing your voice or something, I'm gonna throw this out there. Blend coconut oil into your coffee. I know. Try it. Don't stir it in. Get a blender. Listen, shut up. Next question. Is Freddie the GOAT? Frederic Gauthier, man. We are not worthy. I had no idea he would become this type of player. All of us owe Freddie the GOAT an apology, man. His skating has improved so much, and it's a shame. Like, we should have saw this coming, because his skating was improving, and then he broke his damn leg in the minors, but he seems well recovered. He has his blemishes. Him being on the wing has probably helped his game a lot. He falls down a lot for such a big guy, but he's such a genuinely good person. He seems beloved by his teammates, and I don't think he would ask for an apology if he ever heard you say something nasty about him. I think he would just smile and wear his fancy hats. Should the third line be promoted? I kind of think they were. Mikheyev and Kerfoot both played over 15 minutes. Moore played just under 14, but they all saw special teams time. Moore saw decent time on the power play. Kerfoot played over 3 minutes on the power play. You don't got to switch things around. Sometimes you just promote them by playing them more, which Babcock did in this game. The fourth line, too, all about 10 minutes each. Shore was the only player in this game who didn't play at least 10 minutes, and he only missed that by 15 seconds. Thanksgiving LFR. Who would host? Who sits at the head of the table? Who's the bottomless pit? Who's the drunk uncle? The host is Mitch Marner. He's the young guy with a lot of energy and a lot of goofy stuff in his house that he wants to show off and host Thanksgiving for the first time. That's how it works. Who sits at the head of the table? Tavares, come on. Who's the bottomless pit? Morgan Riley is getting up for seconds, thirds, and fourths. And then being more jacked than all of us because life's not fair. And the drunk uncle is me because I broke in. Quick thing I want to point out before getting to shoutouts. Through 9 games, Nick Robertson, noted forward, and Semyondir Argachintsev, SDA, both forwards for the Peterborough Petes, both forward prospects for the Toronto Maple Leafs, have 18 points in 9 games. All 9 of those games were on the road because the Peterborough Petes have been getting their building renovated. So 2 Leaf prospects with futures looking extremely bright. It's actually weird how similar their paths have been. Semyondir Argachintsev was the youngest player drafted in 2018. Nick Robertson, I think, was less than a week away from being eligible for this upcoming draft rather than last year. He only turned 18 a month ago, and he is a monster. Lastly, I said I would say something nice about you if you donated $100 to Easter Seals through the Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic, and my team, Rachel's Raiders, I am overwhelmed by the response. The team has raised $19,579.71 so far. Let's get over 20, baby! 25! So for everyone who attached their name to a donation of $100 or more, here's a shout out. Joe Canadian, you have nice hair. Barb Stoner, you're a fantastic teacher. She was actually Rachel's teacher. Devin Parrish, you donated $100.69. Nice. Maxine Levine, your name rhymes, and I like that. Florian Rhodes, you donated $200, so I'm going to say that you smell nice, and also Ilya Mikheyev wants to eat soup with you. Mitchell Davis is a legend for doing the Mitch thing. Vince Opedisano once won an award for most syllables. Gary Lassard, more like Derry Moore. Sard, I'll try. Bass McBriar once won an award for most likely to be a fictional gunslinger from Red Dead Redemption 2. Bass McBriar's looking to get back in the game, but he's a fool. Robert Flynn once benched an alligator. Chris Rayner, who donated $500, once bench pressed Robert Flynn bench pressing an alligator. Mike Lang donated $150, speaking my language. Marcus Braun deserves a title shot against Brock Lesnar. Christopher Lallansing, you have a nice smile. Elaine Jessup, as friendly as Mr. Dressup. Matthew Wang, doing the damn thing. Dylan Foster, he's like a giant can of beer from Australia. It's like, listen, more of you donated than I thought. Yuri Havisto, all the way from Finland. Thank you so much for helping people in another country. Ben Wilhelm, answering the question, why Ben great till he got to be great? Because he is great. Jamie Lemon, sweeter than you think. Brian and Eva Jackson, you're like peanut butter and jelly. Better when together and criminally underrated. Dustin Ellison, I like your shoes. Jordan Vanderkroon, unlike Dutch Vanderlind, you actually have a plan. Cheryl Ganapole, more like Cheryl gonna put a lot of money towards a great cause. Kevin Todd, I like you. You get straight to the point. Dustin Ellison, it says you donated $100 twice. Are you aware of that? Anyway, thank you. Jackie Otaguro, good luck pronouncing it, LOL. Thank you for that, Jack. You're wonderful. Did I do it? Steve Morrison, you have a wonderful name. Corbin Bailey, you now come in pumpkin spice flavor at the LCBO. Brett Alpo wants me to yell about the Chicago Blackhawks defense. Yes, can any of them shoot right, and how quickly can they get to Toronto? Not Brent Seabrook. They're young, but once they're all healthy and just got everything in order, I think they'll be fine. They took a while to get started last year, too. And since the last video, I believe that is it. Hopefully I didn't leave anybody out. That is everyone who made a $100 or more donation since the last video. I am so blessed. So blessed that you guys watch my stuff. Thank you so much. You're making a difference. And to everyone who didn't donate $100, you donated whatever. Thank you. Every little bit helps. But this video is long enough as it is, and I'm trying to get people to donate over $100. So if you donate over $100 to Easter Seals, I will give you a shout out in the following LFR video. Visit the link down below in the description. I've mentioned it many times. And worth mentioning, we are looking for a few more teams on celebrityhockeyclassics.com is the website. It's a $1,500 registration fee, and each player needs to make at least $400 for Easter Seals. So if you get 15 players together, they give you $100 each for the registration, then $400 on top of that. You're looking at raising a minimum of about $7,500. So if you think you can raise about that much money and you can put together a team of 15 people, reach out, celebrityhockeyclassics.com, Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic. And if you can't come to the Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic, there are other hockey classics classics across the Greater Toronto area. Once again, celebrityhockeyclassics.com. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends to have a happy Thanksgiving. Gosh darn it, however you enjoy it. I had turkey yesterday. I'm having lasagna today because I'm like that.